Hi everyone, this is Mayank and welcome back to my channel. So today in this video we'll discuss about one particular stock which is a market leader in its own sector. Right now the stock is available at its 52-week low, also at its lifetime low. So this is an opportunity or whether this is a trap for us, this is something which we'll try to deduce from this video. So we'll go deep dive in the stock, their numbers and also their financial numbers, then their management commentary, all those things we'll discuss in this video. End of the video you might get an helpful kind of information from where you can decide whether you should invest in the stock or not. So my request as usual will be to watch the video till the end so that I get all the information, and then please let me know in the comment section also if I have missed something throughout the video which we should highlight in the video, or some comment, some kind of information which I might have missed. So that is something which I expect from you to give in the comment section. And second request, if at any point in the video you think that the information shared is quite valuable for you and others as well, please don't forget like the video. This will help us to reach out to more and more people, the video to reach out to more and more people, and hence we can also grow with the kind of content what we provide. So the stock, as I told you, is a market leader. It's Dilip Buildcon. So Dilip Buildcon is a market leader when it comes to road construction and bridges. So that particular sector is something which they dominate, and now they're diversifying from that particular road construction segment to other sectors also. So all these things will come up later in this video. If you see the numbers, they have touched the all-time low of 187, and right now they're available at 199. So compared to the previous high of 750, the 52-week low provides an opportunity of almost 4 times. So this is a multi-bagger. If I told you, if it touches it all-time high, and it can be a trap also if it doesn't move further from here. So we'll discuss those things also, right? So promoter only 70%. Debt equity ratio is 2.47, which is very high, but it's a construction company, so debt is something expected. Now let's discuss on the, not go too much into details of all those numbers and everything. There is some other video. This is a deep dive video, so we'll focus on the reasoning behind why this happened. This stock had touched all-time low after touching its 52-week high within a span of 6 to 7 months. So this is the topic of the discussion today. If you see their quarterly results, so the quarterly results were not that bad. If you see, they started 2019 2436 revenue, and they have 22 as 2664 revenue. So if you see throughout these 10 or 10 12 quarters, they have not done anything tremendously bad in terms of sales wise. They are doing good. In terms of net profit, disaster started happening 4 quarters back. So it's loss, then huge loss, then minus 19, then minus 56. One more important figure to note is the operating profit margin. So these 2 quarters, if you see, when they registered huge loss, so their profit margin normally used to be in the double digit, in the 20s. Right now it became only 2%, and then December 21 quarter also became 2%. And same goes for operating profit margin in 22, it became 8%. So from a profit which is in the number of 22, 21 became single digit number. There's a huge contraction in the profit margin, and this has reflected in their net profit. When net profit used to be upwards of 500 crores, it becomes less than around roughly around 50 crores of net profit. Sorry, operating profit. So this is something which is triggering why this happened. One particular reason why, what I can think of, is the cost of raw materials increased a lot. So the construction company, if you see what they need rods, they need steel, they need cement. So all these things are required for construction. All these things have become very costly. If you see last 3 quarters of previous financial year, steel was at its all-time high. Your cement was all-time high. So everything which related to construction were at all-time high, and this has reduced the margin for this company. How I'm saying this, because if this kind of companies takes a project, right? So if it takes a road construction project, this is not a project which goes for 2-3 months. This project goes for years, and when they were awarded keeping a cost structure at that point in time. But when this kind of things happens, the inflation goes through the roof, especially in the raw materials of this kind of companies, their margin contracts a lot. Now this can be, you can compare with other companies which didn't have that kind of contraction. Yes, you can always do that, and this is also a topic of discussion, why other companies which have not gone through this kind of contraction, but Dilip Buildcon has gone through that kind of contraction in the margin. So this is something which deal with their kind of projects what they won and kind of monetary attachments with that kind of projects. So it's something which we can also be discussed. So this is what happened in last 4 quarters, 3 quarters. They have become loss-making company, and that's reflected in their reduction in the price of the stock price. So they have touched all-time low. If you go for profit and loss yearly wise, they have not done anything bad. If you see 9,400 in 2019 and 22, they have done 9,566 crores, which is not much less than March 2020 also, and not significantly less than March 2021 also. So they're not done tremendously bad in any case in terms of sales. That means as a company they are doing good in terms of revenue, in terms of sales, in terms of projects what they are implementing and what they're winning. But everything is getting disastrous when it comes to the operating profit, especially March 2022. So with a revenue of 9,566 crores, if their operating profit of 773 crores, only 8%, which is a little significantly bad compared to what they've done in the past. Reasons I told you: high inflation of raw materials. This is what we could deduce from here. Now let's jump into the management discussion. So this is what management shared the statement in June, their conference calls, and they again all the information about their company. Based on that, we'll deduce whether this is a good shape company or doing good or bad. So we'll start from here. This video can go a little longer because this is a very deep discussion and we have to discuss everything in detail. As I told you, this can be a trap if you buy now, and this can be an opportunity if you buy now. So we need to go completely in detail to understand and make a conclude decision out of it. So they have won 12 projects in financial year. This is again March financial 2022. That means March 2020, April 2021 to March 2022. This entire year, they won 12 projects, which is 81,599 million of rupees. So this is again million rupees. This is not dollars. So this is not crores or something like this. Million. So 1 million equal to 10 lakh rupees. Right? So out of which they have 6 HAM projects, hybrid annuity model projects, and engineering, procurement, and construction projects. If you don't know what HAM and EPC is, you can do a Google search, and also can go to refer our video, like my video in the same channel where we discussed about Dilip Buildcon itself, and I discussed everything: what HAM is, what BOT is, what EPC is, and how it works. You can refer that video. Then see one mining project they won in 7,175 million. So if you see the state-wise diversification they're given over here: Madhya Pradesh 9%, Karnataka 11%, Maharashtra 23%, Andhra 17%. So they have well diversified. 5 new projects they won in one of 78,110 million. These are new projects what they won. That those are the completion projects, and they have one project across 3 sectors: road, mining, and tunnel. And they have one project in 5 different states. Right, so they are diversifying from road to other sectors also. This Dilip Buildcon is known for constructing roads and bridges, but right now, sorry, they are diversifying into mining, tunnel, irrigation also compared to before. So they are kind of diversifying their risk and their dependency on, they're reducing the dependency on NHAI, which is National Highway Authority of India. So most of the projects, if you go to the past, you see that most of the projects they won because of NHAI or being awarded because of NHAI. But right now, since they're moving away from NHAI, or also rather diversifying away from NHAI, they are winning dependency reduces on NHAI. This also a diversification in terms of projects and also diversification in terms of risk. So this is very important for any company. Diversify the risk, and this is something which is good in terms of this company's future prospects. Moving further, if you see their project completed, the details about it. So there are 12 projects they completed. You can see the length, what they have done is roads, most of them. Then they have type of work, the HAM, EPC, and then EPC cost also excluding GST. So this is 6741 million rupees again, 6875 million rupees. This is Daga Magur, Rajganj, Uttar Pradesh. Then Gorahar to Khairatunda in Jharkhand. They have done like this. They have done for multiple places. If you see Maharashtra, they've done from Saunder, Dhaperwada to Kalmeshwar, Gonkhairi. Sorry if I pronounced it wrong. It is worth 28.8 kilometer and 4286 million rupees. So they have completed these many projects. This is worth 81,599 million of rupees. Right. So the project one, they told 5. So these are the 5 projects they have won. It's in mining project in Madhya Pradesh, one tunnel project in Himachal Pradesh, and one road project in Chhattisgarh. From again you see this NHAI. Out of 5, 3 projects came from NHAI. One from RVNL. RVNL is Railway Vikas Nigam Limited. It's a tunnel for railway tunnel in Bilaspur. And SCCL, I don't know what is this, but this is a mining company in Madhya Pradesh. So they have won these projects from the respective government organizations in the respective states. Out of which letter of, I think it's award is 31st 12/2021, quarter 3, quarter 4 they have won for this Chhattisgarh thing. But Telangana and Karnataka still the dates are awaited, and that's why they have not given any dates over here. But they have won. This is what they are saying. Okay. Now project 1 during 2023. 2023 means after March, so April, May, or June. This is a June document, so April, May I'll consider mostly. So April, May they won these 2 projects which are in Jharkhand, both the projects, and both are road and both are by NHAI. The amount, if you see, 29,310 million. So for 2 months, there's earned this much of kind of projects. Important part is this one. Total order book value, which is 2,55,945 million of rupees. So this is a good kind of order book. Out of this order book, you can see the diversification over here. Special bridges 4.85%, irrigation 16.99%, and metro 0.3%, airport 0.64%, mining 22.46%, and roads are only 45.16%. There was a time when this company was doing 70% roads, but now they slowly gradually reduced it to 45.16% of roads and highway projects, and they have diversified to tunnel and mining slowly and gradually. Airports, metro are new addition to their particular kind of projects they implement. If you see increasing diversification, as I told you now already. So if you see in 2019, they were doing around 77% road. In 2022, if you see, they are doing only 45% of roads. Similarly, if you see mining, they were doing almost how much? If you see mining, they're not doing any mining. They're doing 14% mining in 2019, but now they're doing 22% mining. There were no airport, like almost negligible 0.23%, but now doing roads of airport around 0.64%. Similarly, was a special bridge. There was nothing. Sorry, there was only 3.69%, and here they have around 4.85%. Tunnel was not there at all. Irrigation was very minuscule, only 2.53%, but right now 16.99%. So this is over the period of time that they've diversified, and this is good for the company. Now comes the total order book. So what is the order book? So this, if you see, from 15 to 18, every day order book increased. 19 they reduced, 20 slight reduction, but again this took a huge jump in 2021. In 2022, it reduced by, sorry, we'll move, it reduced by around 10% to 55 million. Right now, if you see this, like clearly understand this number, they have done a good growth first 4 years. Now they started tumbling down. They moved along in 2021 and 22, small reduction. Now this is something what they have done in the past, but if you see, the drop is not that huge as their stock price. Why? They have answered themselves why this happened. We'll just go down and see. If out of order book, if you see, 76% order comes from government and 22% orders comes from state government. Now if you see, they are into road, railway, tunnel. So these are all our national assets. When you talk about national or state assets, they has to come from governments, not from any private companies. So they have to deal with governments, central government, state government. Now, since we are talking about government authorities, there was a case registered against them a few months back. I think the end of previous year, some raids happened in their from office and premise, and something happened. So based on that, management has given their own input on that. So that case almost got subdued. There's no information, nothing much happening on that. And slowly over the period of time, there's something arose of that. They will give a comment on that. But as of now, that case is almost subdued, and as and when we talk, their order processing and order winning percentage is as before. So there is no impact of that on their business right now. So if somebody says because of that rate the stock price getting reduced, it might have reduced that time, but going forward, that is not having any impact on their order winning percentage. So just to clear that, that cannot be a reason going forward. If you go down order book geography wise, you can just have a screenshot of it, and you can go to the document and read everything, how much percent which state they have won. In terms of business models, they have won 41% HAM and EPC. These companies basically EPC company, but they had to go through HAM process a lot last year because a lot of competition has increased in EPC. So what I'm saying right now is I got this information from their con call letter. We cannot go through a con call letter all together in this video because it will go for then hours and hours, so the video is not worth uploading on YouTube. So I'm giving you whatever information I got from there through all this PPT itself. So in terms of EPC and HAM, this company is primarily an EPC based company, but what happened during COVID, government wanted to get more and more companies, different small size also, in the business of construction of national infrastructure. So the government reduced the criteria for companies to bid or to order, to put their bid for this kind of orders. So small companies came into picture of EPC, and this company has to move out of EPC for many tenders, and they won most of the orders in the HAM segment compared to previous year. Why? Because EPC, since the competition is huge, they were not getting much bids because they are a big company. They bid for higher amounts, and small company can compete with lesser amount. and this is what had happened 2022. And now this company is saying that in 2023 they are again getting back to EPC because government has realized that this has impacted the quality, and government is pulling their words back, and now they are increasing the limit of tenders, and so bigger companies can only go for those kind of tenders. So this company is pulling back to EPC model, and going forward their EPC will increase and HM will reduce, which is their strength and core of how to do the business. Let's jump further and see financial highlights. So this is something which will give the entire wrong things that happened and why the stock price actually plummeted. If you see revenue from operation in financial year 21 quarter 4 to quarter 4 comparison, quarter on quarter comparison, there is a drop of around how much I'll say around 15%. But if you see EBITDA, that dropped around half, so 45 to 23, almost half. Why? Again, the cost. If you see profit before tax, it was 1273. They're profitable in quarter of financial 21. So profit after tax, and this became almost like negligible kind of thing profit, right? So contact revenue breakup. From roads, their revenue was 20 in previous this year, 24 previous year. So it's a little drop. The irrigation, it was 1500 become 1233. If you see here, just to want to give a quarterly number and give you this number. So quarterly wise, yes, there was sales reduction from previous year. If you see March 2021, they have done 3135 sales, but this year they did only 2022 2764. So there's a drop definitely, but not as huge as compared to their profits, right? So if you can see all these things here, how this drop in revenue for different sectors. Like if you go for operations, see in profit after tax in 2022 financial year, they reduced to minus of 862 crores. And this is why a company with a profitable and suddenly becomes loss, and they got a proper beating in the market, their stock price has become all-time low because they never registered a loss after listed on the stock market. So this company listed on stock market in 2016, and after that this is the first time or first 3 quarters where they registered loss, and every quarter they registered a loss, they are getting proper kind of correction in the market. So right now it has become its all-time low. Contract revenue breakup also, if you see, so road, special projects, irrigation, metros, airports, and mining, they have discussed over here, and these numbers also doesn't look that bad. Result update, if you see the revenue compared to quarter 3 of financial year, previous quarter, it's good itself. Previous to quarter on quarter reduced, but here if you see the margin in last quarter was only 0.29%, but this quarter is 9.45%. So EBITDA margin has improved drastically. And if you see it's reduced from quarter on quarter, but if you see previous quarter where they registered a lot of loss, this is quite good number to, and this is encouraging number. Similarly, for profit and loss, in the previous quarter they registered a loss of 2342 crores, like quarterly loss, and this quarter at least they registered some kind of profit. The profit after margin is 0.12%, and previous quarter it was minus 4.4%. So quarter on quarter the business is improving. If you see standalone profit and loss, like previous quarter, like quarter on quarter, then this company has done like similar kind of total income, like around 15% less. But if you go further in profit after loss, their profit reduced a lot because the expenses are not as less as compared to the previous quarter in same year. If you see their expense was 27,000 crore where revenue was 29, so there's a gap of 22,000 crores. But here their expense and revenue, like expense is more than revenue, you can say almost. So expense is almost similar to revenue, 25,000 crores. So you can see that the profit is almost negligible, and this is because of the cost. Balance sheet, you can go through all these things, whatever inventory changes they have, or is the property plant equipment changes they have. This is something which is not significant change, it's all almost similar to what they had in previous years. Nothing they have sold or something, like no machinery, no plants, nothing is something which they have sold. So this all remains intact. Net working capital days quarterly, if you see, this is something which is not, again, not something very tremendously changed. Working capital days, if you see, it was previous quarter it was almost how much, from here it reduced to 91. And then if you see creditor days almost become 91 from 86, little bit increased. Inventory days 102 to 89, and then debtor days is reduced from 58 to 42. So this debtor days is improved, and company or says that the data days can range between 40 to 50. In that range, little bit plus minus 4 5 happens, but normally they fluctuate in the range of 40 to 50. If it crosses 50, this is something which they highlight, but if it stays in the range of 50, this is something which is not to worry. Net debt to equity ratio is reduced a lot. This is an important number to see. If you see here, these numbers are given over here, sorry. So working capital debt versus equity has reduced from 4.5 to 0.46. This is good thing to notice. Equipment debt and equity reduced from 0.73 to 0.63. Net debt to equity reduced from 0.73 to 0.63. So this is something which is good reduction in the net debt to equity ratio in different segments. Consolidated financial highlights. In consolidated financial highlights, if you see from previous year, quarter on quarter, then this company has registered net less loss compared to same quarter on quarter previous year. So I'm not saying this company is not making loss. I'm just saying this company is on the improvement direction. Now this doesn't say that this company has improved, has all the negative factors been addressed. No, nothing like that. We cannot conclude that particular statement, but we can say that at least they are going in a direction which is better than before. Now divestment they have done. So they have sold their Cube. There's something called Cube deal where they sold 3 HAM projects at a price of 4296 million. Important part is they got a valuation of 1.42x. That means they got profitable here. Second, they did some shrimp in wit where they have sold it at 1.56 of valuation. So how they're going to use this money? They're going to use this money to reduce the debt. Again, this comes from their con call letter. So they're going to reduce their debt further in the quarters. If you see here in the standalone, I'm not sure if they have mentioned over here, but their interest have reduced. If you see December 2021 to March 2022, their interest from 272 crores becomes to 256 crores. So they are reducing their debt also by using the money which came from this Cube deal and this flipping to Shreminbit. Now equity tracker and for HAM and coal projects. So the investment 26 HAM projects and the investment for CRML coal project, out of which this much investment is required, which are invested in parts. So this much investment has been done, and 7460, 3730, 1102, this kind of investment will come in the respective years. And so total 39,427 crore of investment required, out of which 21,000 they have done, and remaining will come throughout the year slowly and steadily over a period of time. Also, the company or I'll say the governments pay these companies in I'll say in kind of milestones, right? So you can see, so they got some PCOD. I don't know what exactly this is called, but this is some kind of payment which they get when they complete some milestones. So they got some payment on 15 October for this project, and appointed in 2018, and work is completely done as on 30th April 2022 when this report came out, data came out basically. So similarly, the fourth milestone they have got, fifth milestone they have got for this project, 90% physical progress. Then fifth milestone they got 90% physical progress, 93.19% completed. Fourth payment they got 75% physical progress, and 86.54% are completed in this particular project. Similarly, the details for all their projects. Going through each project, their data may not make some sense for us. Like we cannot deduce a lot of information from there. But if you see the data overall, we'll see that this company has been doing their work. The work has not been impacted. It's not like they're not getting projects. So it's not like they're not completing projects. It's just that they are not getting profit out of those projects. Projects are going as and when they get the project, as and when the dates are decided. So there's no problem in the projects. In terms of road projects, also given the same kind of information, and go through all this airport, mining, irrigation project, all the informations are present over here. And I personally don't see any kind of negative flag when it comes to project execution. See, profit is one part, execution other part. Execution wise, they're not having any kind of negative impact on this particular projects, right? Special bridges, metros, and tunnels also don't have any problem at all. And then we go into the segment of company overview. So this is something about the company. So important numbers is something which already discussed about it. About the company, to brief that they are present in 19 states, 1 union territory, largest owner of construction equipments. Along they have 11,237 equipments. Why initially I told in the beginning of the video that they are market leader in the segment, because they are really big and they have done really good work. Now, since Dilip Buildcon, you know the name, if you go to the states where they operate, you will definitely see their boards in most of the projects. And this is something which is why I'm saying this stock can be a trap and can be a big multiplier opportunity based on the information what we can get from this kind of analysis or their management discussion. They don't do any subcontracting, they are vertically integrated. They use the technology. That means they do engineering also, they have procurement team also, they do kind of some kind of manufacturing also, which they have given below, and they do everything themselves. They don't do any subcontracting. They have best project executors. 90% projects they've done before time. So execution wise, this company has not done any bad. The largest employer in construction industry. They have more than 30,000 employees. They have early completion bonus of 5655 million in last year. It's so last 10 years, and revenue growth of 5 years is CAGR of 12%. So revenue has been also growth. This is something which their history and all, you can go ahead and read it. So in 16 they got listed, and after that this is what all things they have done. Now these states they have presented this much projects they have done, this ongoing project and ongoing net total you can see. So backward integration is very important. They are, so they have some kind of manufacturing units also. So they manufacture these many things: octagonal poles, pipe rolling, metal beam, crash barrier, road marking paint, bus shelters, signboard, scaffolding, overhead cantilevers, what you see, board distance and everything, overhead gantries. I don't know what the difference in gantries and cantilevers, but this is something probably if you're mechanical or if you're civil or something, you can understand more. Fabricated casting panels and molds, reinforced earth walls. This is something which they manufacture themselves. So they have very good stronghold of the entire execution process, right from winning the project to completion of the project, and procurement and design and engineering and execution also. So they do all these things themselves. Leadership team consists of Mr. Dilip Suryavanshi sir, which is chairman and MD, then Mr. Devendra Jain, which is executive director and CEO of the company. And there are a few more people, Mr. Bharat Singh, Mr. Rohan Suryavanshi, Karan Suryavanshi. So they are mostly family people who run this company. They have a lot of awards and everything they won. So now we've seen all these details. So what can we understand? What other I understand from this company's details? So before I give you the what I understand, I'll give very good disclaimer that first we created the video on this stock in around 1.5 year back or around 1 year back. So that time I recommended this stock at around 400 rupees, and I gave a target of around 200 rupees that time. The stock never reached that target obviously, but I personally sold it 730. I just booked a profit. I didn't know it'll go back down this much, but I just booked a profit. And when it started crashing, I entered again at around 450 something like that, which I thought that this already bottomed out based on the graph. That time also I created one more video which you can always go back to the channel and watch, thinking that it will go further, but again it crashed. And after seeing all this management commentary, the only information what I can deduce is there is no problem in the company as such when it comes to your construction, or maybe when it comes to execution of the projects also, the kind of projects they win. So they have all things sorted, winning the project sorted, then they have their vertically integrated, everything is sorted. The problem happened is because of EPC, a lot of companies got in the picture. So because the competition got intensified and a lot of smaller companies also started bidding, so their margin contracted a lot over there. So this is one reason of contraction, which will not happen in the future because government has changed its stance, and now only big companies like Dilip Buildcon, L&T can only bid for major projects. So their margin will start improving from this side. Other side, we saw last year how the cost increased from, as I told, steel, cement, all the important metals which requires in a construction company, everything increased. Now going forward, the steel price has reduced a lot. It is told by Tata Steel or Jindal Steel. If you see, the steel price become nominal right now, or they are not going to increase the way they increased last year, because also government has reduced the export to other countries. So this kind of things has been happened. So price reduced. So when this price of steel, iron, or maybe you can say cement reduces, this company's profit margin increases. So now going further, the profit margin, I personally see the profit margin going to get slowly improved from now onwards. Now saying that, I'm not saying the all the problems have been solved. The profit margin will again start, still it will go up 20, 21, 22%. Nothing, it might not happen very fast, but even if you see improvement, that's a positive sign for the company. And second thing, if you see an improvement before others see in a company, then it's an opportunity where you can take a good bet, because you will buy when nobody is buying, so you can buy at the lower price point. So personally at this point in time, this stock is already in my portfolio. So whenever it fell down, I bought a little more because somehow I have confidence in Dilip Buildcon, that because as I told you many times in the videos, that India is going through an infrastructure change, and we need players like Dilip Buildcon, L&T, and other construction companies, a good company like Lodha Group and all, who can take care of this infrastructure change in the development of the country as a whole. So this company has become very important. Dilip Buildcon is a leader when it comes to infrastructure of road, irrigation, all those things. So Dilip Buildcon will do good. This is what I think. I might be completely wrong over here, but this is what I think. And because of this, I invested whenever they went down. And now after this analysis, I still have confidence in whatever I thought earlier, that maybe it's the right time to put more money into it. This will average my cost. I am at a loss of around 35% right now in Dilip Buildcon, and I will personally see if I can invest more and reduce my cost of particular stock, where the maximum profit can be generated when this profit margin starts improving and this stock start moving very fast to its all-time high. Was a target is something which we cannot discuss. It might touch lifetime high in 3 years, 4 years, or it might not touch at all. Now you can let me in the comment section, if suppose this stock touches 750, which is lifetime high, what is the time frame which you can give yourself from this point in time. So what I mean, suppose you buy at 199 and eventually they will go reaches 750, how much time you can wait for that target to hit, like 3 years, 4 years, 1 year, 2 years, which is optimum for you. For me it might be 3 4 years. I'm fine if it give me forex return in 4 years. I don't think I'll be sad in any way. It's a very good return. So you can tell me in the comment section what is time frame what you are looking for. And for me personally, the stock looks pretty good for now. So this was the video. This was a little bit longer video. So if you think it's helpful, do like the video, share with your friends and family. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon to get notified whenever I publish a new video. So thank you so much for watching. Stay happy, stay safe.